It seems like the perfect job. Travel the world, make videos, inspire people to travel, make enough money to just really be loving what we're doing.
In this video, we're going to share the YouTube couple realities that we've experienced. And we're going to share a couple of exciting new changes that bring our experience full circle, kind of. And we're even going to talk money.
Cold, hard cash.
We're going to talk money.
Or lack thereof.
We started our travel channel over 4 years ago. From February 2020 through November 2024, we put out one video a week almost every single week. That added up to 223 videos.
So in case you haven't followed us from the beginning, in fact, it's probably good you haven't, because some of those early videos, they were really bad. In fact, I don't even want to go back and watch them. So we're going to go down to downtown Rochester. We started in the place we lived. Our first travel channel video was about a few of our favorite places to eat and drink in Rochester, Minnesota. But we started to get our groove, our travel groove, when we went to Canada.
You think so?
Yes, I do. And I think we started to create really cool travel content. At least I'm proud of it.
Woo! We now have 100 subscribers from around the world. While in Vancouver, our videos took a more adventurous to us turn. We crossed the Capilano Suspension Bridge.
Melissa got scared on the bridge. No problem for me. Drove our truck onto a ferry for the first time to travel from Vancouver the city to Vancouver the island.
We hiked North Vancouver's infamous grouse grind. Soon after, our visas were up and it was time to go.
So then I came up with the idea to live in 12 different cities in 12 months.
That he did.
Melissa loved that idea.
Minneapolis, St. Louis, Dallas, Austin, Phoenix, San Diego, Pismo Beach, Whistler, North Vancouver, Lévis, Quebec, Waldoboro, Maine, and Stratton, Vermont, in that order. While doing the 12 cities in 12 months, we decided to slow things down a bit, or we talked about slowing them down at least, and going to 4 different countries, spending 3 months in each country. Then what happened, Chris?
Well, I learned that you could just move to Portugal really easily. You could get residency.
And I agreed to do it, so long as I could spend 3 months in Ireland.
After 3 months in Ireland, making a video each week, we moved to Portugal. It just seemed cool. We could be in Europe and we could travel all around Europe. The travel channel was just really coming together.
We started out in Albufeira.
South part of Portugal.
And kept making videos. And then we moved to Porto.
And kept making videos.
Then we spent 56 days traveling to 28 different places, spending some of that time off camera with family and friends.
For our travel channel, we went to Switzerland, Iceland, Arches National Park in Utah, and Ireland. We created 15 videos.
We returned to Porto and edited footage from our big trip. On March 4th, we published our final video, Geneva in 36 Hours, a taste of history, science, and cuisine. Then we stopped making videos. Traveling for 56 days is expensive, especially when you have our taste. I mean, we are not staying at hostels and I'm not eating at McDonald's.
That's when it really hit me how expensive it was doing this. We spent almost $40,000 in 56 days.
We might have spent more. We're not the best at tracking our cash.
Yeah, we're not very smart. 56 days of staying in hotels and Airbnbs and Burbos.
And eating out and having great experiences.
That, I think, got us thinking a little bit about the future. And can we keep doing this?
Can we?
Can we? Can we?
Now for the milestones we've reached. Milestone number 1. It took us until September 2022 to achieve this one. What do you think it was?
100 subscribers.
No, having a video reach 10,000 views.
Oh.
It felt like forever, as I recall.
It did. Well, I thought it felt like forever to reach 100 subscribers. It took almost 2 years, didn't it?
I think so, yeah.
We maybe should have quit. That might have been a sign, like, you guys might not be the best travel content creators.
Or it might have been, you know, a signal to adjust. Chris, What is our most popular video?
It is the 49 differences of life in Finland, or differences in Finland that I noticed mostly. You noticed some.
Close. 49 strange differences this American noticed about Finland. With a little help from this American. It's been viewed more than 125,000 times, and it has more than 21,000 watch hours. 332 people subscribed after watching it.
That is amazing.
And how much has it earned, Chris?
I kind of know it's like $700 some.
727 as of today.
All those viewers, and that's all that it made, $700.
That is our most profitable video to date.
But profitable includes cost, to know if something's profitable. So I don't know how much that whole thing cost.
It was one of our more affordable trips because my travel was covered.
Sure. But in terms of revenue, it was definitely the most.
Oh, okay.
Most revenue we had.
Now, Chris?
Yes.
I don't know if you know this, but creating videos is a lot of work.
Yes, I do know that.
How much, when we were doing a video every week, how much time did you put into creating that video?
I gotta think at least 15 hours.
And that's editing, right?
That's just editing the video.
And I probably put in 5 to 10 hours on editing each video. But then I also put in 5 to 10 hours on researching and developing itineraries for each video.
It's a lot of time.
And then we did the video.
Yeah, there's the time of actually doing the video.
And potentially traveling to the location to do the video and all of that.
Yeah.
And then there's the expense, of course, of what are the tickets? How much does it cost to get there? What hotel are we staying at, or Airbnb, and all that fun stuff.
So are you still thinking about being a travel content creator? Just wondering.
How have you felt about operating a camera out in public?
That's one of the toughest things, is to hold up a camera and talk to it and other people around. It's very difficult.
Well, and even when you've been recording me and holding up the camera, and then I've got the mic, people are walking by and wondering what you're doing, why you're doing it, how weird are you, how important do you really think you are? It just seems to be like all of these thoughts that we're imagining that people are having that they may or may not be having.
The toughest one is like people go, well, look at you, just talking to the camera, so full of yourself. I think that I'm always worried about that one.
Right. And they might all be going, gosh, they seem so nice. What nice people. But now we did improve at it. We got better.
I am proud of our content.
Yes. And I mean, we got better at being loose and comfortable in front of the camera in public.
That too. Okay.
We got better at that. But I've never felt 100% like, la la la, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
And so I think that became a big reason that we were like, well, if we're not having that much fun doing this and we're not making that much money, well, then why in the heck are we doing what we're doing?
Some of it is real fun, though.
What were your favorite aspects?
When the video was done and we posted it, and the sense of accomplishment. And then when it resonated with people, that made me feel great. Like when someone really loved it, enjoyed it, got information out of it, were inspired to go take a trip because of it. That stuff I loved. What did you love?
I loved planning. I loved researching a location, making all of the plans, making all the dinner reservations, getting everything all set up and figuring out what the flow should be, mapping out our locations, making sure that it was all logical as far as how we were proceeding from one spot to the next. Typically, if you watch one of our videos where we're like, oh, stop at these places in a day, well, I mapped those out so you could really just follow it.
And I'd have to say, most of the time, it was awesome. And I think it showed in the content that we were able to put out.
And the other part that I really enjoyed was hearing the feedback of, oh, well, I tried what you did and I found it to be great. Thank you for this, advice or these tips. That was always really rewarding to me. But the being on camera in public, not so much. And the editing, I kind of enjoy, but I don't love. Like you do all of these like cool creative things when you're editing. Like you come up with these ideas of like, well, what if we put this here? And sometimes I have those ideas, but not as often. Sometimes you go too far.
True. Sometimes I do.
After our last travel video, which was on Geneva, we decided to just stop. And then we talked about it and said, well, when we get the itch to do it again, we'll do another video.
Yeah, we didn't sit there and go, we quit. We just stopped and we're like, how do we feel about it? And I know I was like just really starting to look at the numbers and the time and just thinking about our future. And I'm like, it hasn't gone as quickly as I thought it would be to actually get to the point where we could do this as a living. And it became a point of like, do we keep doing this? Do we keep going for it? And then it didn't make sense.
And so you started a new project.
Yeah, so I concentrated on my real job. I've always had a real job this whole time, put a little bit more focus back into that. And then I started a side project that was more, I think, true to my interests and my heart. And it was a little easier to create content for because I don't have to travel all over the world. And so I started a channel around guitar playing and trying to learn to play the guitar. And it's called I Still Want to Be a Rock Star. It's a lighthearted project where I'm trying to become a rock star. I realize that's very difficult to become, but it's been a lot of fun and fulfilling. But then you have started a new project as well.
I did some soul searching. I started doing a lot of travel writing because I was like, I really love writing, love traveling. It just makes more sense to do travel writing instead of doing the video, which has the stressors that I don't like. But then we were talking one night and I was like, I miss planning and I miss the idea of helping people. And, with my writing, I help people with tips and that sort of thing. Or maybe help entertain them, but it doesn't feel, there's not that feedback. Like, there are jobs that I've helped in the past where I get that immediate reaction of, oh, hey, you just helped me, which is fantastic. And I miss that so much, that like, oh, I helped an individual. And so we were talking, it was like, oh, well, what type of stuff would you plan? It's like, well, would you plan weddings? And it's like, no. And it just was like, well, wouldn't it be more natural for me to plan travel? And so I have become a travel planner and advisor, and I've opened my own business called Travel Like You Dream It.
Great name.
Thank you. I did a lot of research and I joined a really solid host agency, and I am learning tons and tons, and I can't wait to help people.
With all these changes and all the things we've done, the thought of creating another video on some travel adventure kind of sounds appealing again.
It makes sense. I mean, I'm going to be getting all of this insider information, and I need to travel and experience things in order to be able to recommend them. So we still need to do some traveling, and we have some trips coming up.
So we're going to probably continue making videos, not as many as we used to, but
maybe once or twice a month we'll publish a video. Chris, do you feel it was worth it for us to become a YouTube travel couple?
Yes, I feel it was worth it, because it was a dream of mine, and you got to give it a shot sometimes to see if that's what you really wanted. And we learned a lot, and we got to travel and see amazing things, meet amazing people. We've met so many cool viewers in person and just via messaging and technology. So I think it's been worth it.
Oh, absolutely. It hasn't provided riches, but it's been very enriching.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Thank you. I came up with that all by myself. Now, we would love to know what it is that you want to know about travel. Like, what places would you like to learn about? Where should we go? And what questions do you have about traveling or being the YouTube travel couple? Post those in the comments below.
And subscribe to follow on our continued journeys and adventures.
If you would like some help from me, you can find me at Travel Like You Dream It. We will put a link in the show notes.
And if traveling is not your thing and you want to see me be a fool going after a crazy goal, check out my channel. It's below as well.